Hey gang, wanted to quickly show you a new feature that we've just added to SvelteKit. So let's say I'm building this app right here. It's just an image tag right now. There's actually no JavaScript on the page or anything like that, just an image. But if I reload it, then maybe I'll get a duck, maybe I'll get a duck, maybe I'll get a goose. And the way that this works is this image right here is actually dynamically generated with this server route. And the way that it works right now is using the FS module in Node, we're actually reading the data directly from the disk, either the duck or the goose, depending on which one we randomly select. And then we're returning that in the form of a web standard response. There's a couple of things wrong with this. First of all, we're doing FS read file sync, which means that we're buffering all of that data into memory before we can send it back out as a response. And these images are quite large, so that's not ideal. We could use FS create read stream, but then you've got to convert it to a web native readable stream and so on. It's a bit of a pain. More importantly though, this won't actually work in production. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to cancel the build server and run pm build. And because we have adapter node here, it's going to create this build directory over here containing a node server. So let's cd into that server and run it. And it's now running our production build on localhost 3000. If I go here, you'll see it's not actually working. We just get a blank page. It's telling us that it can't find those files. And that's not surprising. Inside the build directory, that path doesn't point to anything. And the same would be true if we were to deploy this and didn't include the source files, or if we were to deploy to an environment like Vercel. It doesn't know that it needs to include those files with it. So let's fix that. I'm going to cancel that, go back into the root, fire up the dev server again, go back into our plus server.js. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Vite's import asset feature, import duck from /duck.jpg. Do the same for the goose, thank you Copilot. And then let's get rid of the quotes around these. And then instead of all of this stuff down here, what I'm going to do is I am going to return read, import that from app server, bird, like so. And then if I've done everything right, then there we go. It continues to work correctly. And I can get rid of all of that. And we no longer use the FS module, so we can get rid of that too. And now, if I rebuild the app, and then cd into my build, run the server, then you'll see it works because those assets now form part of the application. So they get bundled along with everything else. Now, if I had a whole bunch of images here, I could do something like this. Let's const file equals import.meta.glob. This is a Vite feature that generates an object for all of the things that match that glob. We're going to import as URL, and we're going to do it eagerly. And then let's just get a flat list of assets. Const assets equals object.values. Foul. And then down here we'll do let's see, const asset equals oh, thank you again Copilot, math.floor of math.random times assets.length. So it's just going to pick one of those assets at random, and then we can just read that asset like so, and that will just continue to work, and then we can get rid of those explicit imports. So pretty flexible, obviously not all that useful in this context. You're not going to be building that very often. But a slightly more realistic example is this one, where we're grabbing the data in order to use it in some other context. So we have this demo here, this SvelteKit PDF demo.vercel.app. We do this text was generated dynamically. Hit enter, and it's going to make a PDF for us with our text and a custom font. And the way that that works is we're importing it as an asset, again using Vite's asset import feature, and then further down we're getting the font data firstly as a response, and then because it's a web native response and we have methods like array buffer and text and JSON, we can just get that as some binary data and then use the embedding feature in PDFKit, which we're using to generate this PDF. So that's the new feature. Really interested to learn what people use it for. I hope you find it handy. Some caveats: it doesn't work everywhere right now. It works in node-based environments. We would like to expand that to other places in future. But try it out and let us know how you get on with it. All right, see you next time. Bye.